Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Sophia Grant. Welcome to the very first episode of the podcast, Two Soka, Two Sisters of a Certain Age, Conversations with a Therapist and a Doctor.
Good afternoon, and I am Judy Grant, licensed marriage and family therapist. I am the sister of the doctor that you just heard from, and we're just so excited to be here with you today and to bring Two Soka to life, because this is something that has really been on our minds for several years, and we're just thrilled to be able to introduce you to us and introduce you to Two Soka.
So why another podcast? There's so many podcasts out there. What makes this podcast unique? Well, I've seen podcasts with two sisters. I've seen podcasts with therapists. I've seen podcasts with physicians, but I haven't seen podcasts with a sister who's a doctor and one who's a therapist. And I like to believe that we have a unique voice. What do you bring to the table, Judy?
Wow. I just think that there's so many things happening in our lives today that really stopping and looking at the mental health aspect of all of that is so incredibly important. I know it's important for me in my life, in the clients that I serve, and I recognize that society in general is really starting to embrace mental health and to recognize it for what it is, and that it really needs to be something that's addressed and talked about in relation to all of the other things that are happening in our world.
Exactly. And what I hope to bring to the table is the medical aspect of some of the things that we're going to talk about. There is a lot of medical misinformation. You can't get your medical information from TikTok, although sometimes it's entertaining and it is worthwhile. There's a lot of junk out there. And I think in doing this podcast, we really wanted to address some of the things that pertain to us at this stage of life that we're currently in. Right now, I'm an empty nester, so I have 3 children who are out of the house. Judy still has 1 child in the house, and then another one who's also in the house, but she is an adult. And I think we have a unique voice. We have an elderly mother. How do you take care of an elderly parent? How do you deal with things like sexuality in the middle age? How do you deal with, do I need to sell the house or should I stay? So we really think that we will bring some entertainment, some lightness, some levity to the conversation. Now, before we go any further, my official name is Sophia, but I get called what?
Candy.
So you're going to hear Judy calling me Candy a lot. And then when we refer to our mother, we won't say mom, we'll say mummy, because that's what we call her. And anything else would be disingenuous on our part. So we're going to share a lot, and we hope that you can come along and enjoy the conversation with us.
Absolutely. Well said, Candy. We're just looking forward to an opportunity to talk about the different issues that we deal with on a daily basis. And we know that you're dealing with the same thing too. I call my sister 2 and 3 times a day to talk about what's happening in my life. And we recognized that it's not just us that these things are happening to, it's happening to all of you as well. So why not sit down and have that conversation from the perspective of a therapist, from the perspective of a medical professional, but also from the perspective of woman of a certain age. I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm 54 years old and I'm loving my life.
I'm 56 and I love my life more because I have no kids at the house.
Oh, yeah, I have a minute before I get there. But I also wanted to share that while we're going to address some really tough topics, we're also going to be lighthearted and fun, because Candy and I can be silly, can be goofy, can laugh till we cry. And we want to show you all sides of us. So bear that in mind as we move forward with Two Soka.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure to have all of you with us.
The original music for this podcast was made by our uncle, Keith Jacks. The song is called Up For It. You can reach him at www.t-r-p Thank you, Uncle Keith.
Please feel free to reach out to us at twosocapodcast@gmail.com. That's 2, the number 2, SOCAPODCAST @gmail.com.